Valia, Almeida, Palmer, and Koga are in. Top 8 are moving on to the playoffs with one more fight to go tonight. That's it. Lance Palmer. Тұрсын to that overhand right. Oh, goodness me. That's the caucus. In 2 weeks, we're right back here on Long Island for round 5 of the Professional Fighters League. It's the final chance for fighters in the lightweight and light heavyweight divisions to make the playoffs and earn their shot at $1 million. Thursday, August 2nd, live from New York, only on NBCSN. So Lance Palmer with a shot to clinch a top seed in the playoffs. The 30-year-old brings a 13-3 record into tonight. Жұмабек has lost 2 in a row, but still has an impressive resume with 20 career wins. For more on both of these fighters, we send it over to Caroline Pierce.
Thanks, Todd. Well, Тұрсын, a China native, brought to PFL 1 shortly after walking off a 20-hour flight. And he told us he felt jet-lagged during his loss to Harrison. So they switched it up for this fight, coming in 10 days early. They trained in Brooklyn, and he even made it to the beach. Тұрсын says he feels ready this time. As for Palmer, he doesn't need to change much. Competing in front of his family at PFL 1, the Ohio native cruised to a second-round stoppage that sent a powerful message to the rest of the division.
In the rear naked choke attempt, we see Magomedov dropping his chin.
The finish in my last fight accumulated from my takedown.
Nice job by Palmer.
And my top control from the back. And I usually see that opening every day in training, and it was there, and I took advantage of it.
That's it. Lance Palmer.
I always love the support of my family and friends, and having my wife and my dad down next to the cage after my last win was awesome. With my wife being a professional bikini competitor in the IFBB, as well as a full-time dental hygienist, she literally works non-stop from morning till night. We're on completely opposite schedules, but we support each other together, and that builds our relationship closer.
Beautiful technique by Lance Palmer.
To win this tournament and make the $1 million and be the champion of the first season of PFL, for me it's more of a legacy thing. But also, $1 million is amazing. Who doesn't want to win $1 million?
What are you going to do with the $1 million?
Pay my house off we just bought. It would mean a lot just to be able to support my family, and not only my wife, my future kids, but my brothers, my parents, you know, people who've supported me since the very beginning.
Well, we asked Palmer about facing Тұрсын, and he said that the Chinese fighter throws with a bit more power than his last opponent, and that he plans to put pressure on him early. Over to you, Todd.
All right, thank you, Caroline. The final fight of the night, and this one should be very entertaining. Жұмабek Тұрсын comes to us by way of China. Lance Palmer, the All-American, 4-time All-American from The Ohio State University. Palmer sitting in a very good place right now with 5 points. Жұмабек Тұрсын needs to get it going and pick up some points tonight as we take a look at the tail of the tape. 30-32, Palmer, the younger fighter, both men 5'6", similar in weight. Slight reach advantage to Lance Palmer, and there you see the kick advantage of ½ inch to the American. Set to go for the final night. We check in with Joe Martinez as he introduces these top flight athletes.
And now, fight fans from Long Island, New York, here we go with our final bout of the evening. 3 rounds, this in the PFL Featherweight Division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, his background in wrestling and Sanda. At 5 feet 6 inches tall, he weighed officially 145 1/4 pounds. This 28-fight veteran has 20 victories, 7 defeats, and 1 draw. Fighting out of Xi'an, China, here is the Snow Leopard, Жұмабек Тұрсын. And his opponent across the cage, fighting into the red corner. He's a wrestler standing 5 feet 6 inches tall. He weighed in officially 145 3/4 pounds and has a professional record standing at 13 victories and 3 defeats. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada by way of Cleveland, Ohio. The former WSOF featherweight champion of the world, Lance the Party Palmer. And your referee in charge of the action is Keith Peterson.
Lance Palmer's father, Dwayne, looking on. His wife, Jessie, in attendance as well.
Sir, you ready? Sir, you ready? Fight!
And here we go, the final fight of the night in the featherweight division. Lance Palmer in the black trunks, Жұмабек Тұрсын in the green. Guys, it's not in Lance Palmer's nature to fight conservatively or fight, defensively. But Жұмабek Тұрсын, he's got to get the points. So he's going to obviously want to push the pace or try to find those openings where he can get a submission or a possible end to this fight early and get those points.
Well, he definitely needs the points. He's looking at a big 0 here, and that's not going to get him to the postseason. Nice level change, followed by a right hand there by Lance Palmer. Landed right on the forehead of Juma.
Good heavens.
That was a lot of power, too. Yeah, that happens when one of them is a southpaw. Open stance is what we call it. But everything you can do to your opponent, he can do exactly the same thing back, only with his left.
Palmer again throwing the big right hand, and Жұмабек Тұрсын grabs that leg, see if he can get a single. This would be a tough guy to get to the ground.
Lance using that threat of a guillotine, kind of threat to the neck. And there's a cow catcher. He's going to take Тұрсын down. Got Turson's back, looking for hooks. Didn't get a hook, so see if he can got one.
Nice control there by Palmer.
Both hooks in, and 1 hook in now. Standing position by Тұрсын. Nice job by Тұрсын to get Lance Palmer off of his back.
So he sheds that Buckeye backpack momentarily, but Тұрсын not out of the woods yet. Takedown going the Palmer's way, and now he's all over it.
Does he have the neck?
No. I think Тұрсын slipped it.
Yep.
Got an arm in between the legs, pulled Lance's hips up so high that it was hard to secure the neck and really threaten from there. Lance settling back in to that half guard position.
His dad Dwayne is getting anxious there. That's got to be something to see your kid. Well, you know how that feels to see a kid fight.
Lance doing a nice job with that deep waist, controlling Turson's hips, using his free hand to score.
Yeah, he's indeed looking for a Kimura to show this.
Palmer coming out that defeat of Bekbulat Magomedov by a rear naked choke. Round number 2, that's why he has the 5 points. Тұрсын, the loss to Andre Harrison we saw just moments ago by way of decision. And now Palmer jackhammering with that left.
It's almost like he wants him to turn on the belly so he can go for a rear naked choke.
Trying to step over to mount is Palmer.
Keeps his right leg very close now, so Жұмабек cannot pull it out.
Wow, Palmer just raining down heavy leather. But as we saw in Жұмабek's fight against Andre Harrison, it's going to take a lot to submit this guy. He is tough. So much instruction coming from Lance Palmer's corner, guys. How much do you hear? How much can you process when you're in this death grip with your opponent?
Well, the crowd's not roaring too bad right now, so we could probably hear a lot of that. But yeah, there's definitely occasions where you can't hear anything but the roar of the crowd.
Stand up and go! Stand up and go!
Corner's asking for him to posture up, stand up, and go. As we go under 10 seconds here in round number 1. Round 1 complete. Very interesting as Жұмабек got into trouble, but is able to withstand that 5-minute barrage as Lance Palmer really dictating the pace and showing just how strong he is. After round number 1, we check in now with Caroline Pierce with Lance's father, Dwayne.
Thanks, Todd. I'm here with Dwayne, very animated during that fight. What would you make of Lance's performance in round 1?
Great first round. He's doing well. You know what? You just got to smash his face in. I mean, that's all there is to it, you know? This is a fight. It is what it is. You know what I mean? He's looking great.
It is indeed. We know that Жұмабek's not an easy guy to finish. Obviously, Andre Harrison couldn't do so. What's Lance got to do differently?
Well, he's probably going to end up finishing him. Probably go for the choke, I would imagine.
Okay. Yeah. It's going to be a choke round 2, according to Dwayne. Back to you, Todd.
And Dwayne looks like he's ready to jump in there, go a few rounds.
Yeah.
He is fired up watching his son, Lance Palmer, going into the second round. Palmer landing 21 of 40 strikes. Тұрсын threw 0 strikes the whole round. That, I can tell you, is not going to get you 3 points.
Yeah, that's a tough one to overcome.
Been probably fired up a little bit because he knows he needs to do something now. Oof.
Wow, look how quick that takedown is.
Very, very nice. Mixed that up. Use the kick and then the punch to set that up. Follow through.
Going to watch out. He's going to keep that right arm in there. He's going to slip off.
He's a little high.
Yep.
Тұрсын doing a nice job of kind of going to shake him down and trying to get him to fall off the top.
He's got to watch out, Lance, that he doesn't squeeze too much power in his legs, right? He's going to build up lactic acid. It's not going to help you if it doesn't work out later on in the fight.
I think the arms are probably doing more work right now, but you're absolutely correct. He's the one spending energy there.
Жұмабek taking all that strength into those quads as they finally go to the canvas. Now he's got to protect that neck. Palmer with a full mount.
Full mount and almost had the arm triangle there for a split second.
Wow, almost full 4 minutes on the clock. I would sit a little higher on the chest for when Жұмабek start bucking up.
Absolutely. Little higher mount, climb up off those hips. The hips are precarious. Жұмабek's going to start to buck them and keep him off balance so he can't do any damage. The higher Palmer climbs his hips up, the more balance and stability he has, and then he can start landing some shots. There's Dad coaching from the stands. Gotta love it.
Wow.
There's some nice damage here. Scoring for sure. Жұмabek does a nice job of elbow escaping and getting to half guard. taking that mount position, which is such a dominant position for the top man.
Жұмабек Тұрсын in the green trunks on full defense right now. This is not a happy place.
Well, the punches are not really super connecting, so
he's doing a great job, boss, of limiting the damage by getting the hands up.
Deflecting and trapping that one arm that he does, and now the other one again, you see. So every time he gives him one arm free, looks like he's looking for an armbar, but his corner from Lance said the same thing, I heard. She is going to go for the right arm of Lance. Trying, nice job, nice shifting his way to the side and stopping that.
Yep. He's going to jump to side control right now, and Жұмабек turns into him to stop the onslaught of blows.
Жұмабek trying to do a nice job of hand control, find a way to scramble out from underneath this All-American wrestler.
65-1 in total strikes thrown.
Yeah, let's hit the kidney area a little bit, soften it up.
That is some serious tenderizing right there.
Wow, he's feeling up. He let it go. He had that right arm almost grabbed from Жұмабek behind his back.
Randy, we talked about, he went back to Ohio State, into the gym there, working with the wrestlers. He works out at Extreme Couture in Las Vegas after spending so many years with Alpha Male in Sacramento, California, Joseph Benavidez, Uriah Faber, and the likes.
Ludwig.
Keep working.
Just a grinder right now.
He's absolutely in grind mode, doing his best to stay right on top of Жұмабek. Find ways to damage. Like to see him use that fence, get his hips in and his head up, create a little distance there and stack Жұмabek up, be able to land some bigger shots from that top position. Жұмabek's got to be careful and not give up his back here.
Too late.
One hook in, does a nice job of rolling now. Жұмabek rolls to get half guard and not give up another hook and anchor.
Yeah, you saw the last fight from Pалмер and he thought, you know what, I'm not going to lay on my belly. I'm going to keep facing him. At least I know what's coming.
Keep working, guys.
People at home who didn't see it, that was Pалмer won by rear naked choke. That's why I'm saying this.
And it almost looked like he was there in the first round in this fight as well.
Yep.
Жұмabek survives another round, so it'll go to a third and final round as Lance Pалмер still trying to crack that equation. Let's go back and look at some of the action earlier on in round number one with Pалmер and Тұрсын. This will get your attention.
Level change, straight left. Grill checker.
Yeah, that was nice.
It's so amazing in slow motion. Here's the back position Lance Palmer has. Got a little high. Жұмabek did a nice job of shaking him down. Here, the full mount position. Round and pound. Landed some shots, scoring. Was Lance Palmer.
Yeah, you're right, Randy. That slow motion makes it look better.
Жұмabek's got to get on the offensive front. He has only thrown one missed punch this entire fight of 2 rounds, while Palmer has landed 35 ground strikes, and those came just in round number 2.
Sir, are you ready? Sir, are you ready? Fight.
The party chants begin. Lance Palmer, does he go the distance with Тұрсын out of China and pick up the 3 points? Or does he get a finish here, which would be good for 4 points?
There's a high kick coming.
Definitely trying to use the fakes, head fakes. Keep Жұмabek off balance. There's the attempt.
Guys, is this a pride thing as a fighter? If you've dominated the first 2 rounds, do you feel like, I've got to get a finish here, I've got to get a submission, I've got to get a knockout here, or it won't be that successful?
I think he's in the zone. I think this is the game plan. He knew this was a solid guy. He would go out and put up, you know, he clearly, in both rounds, that almost looked like a cup check, didn't it? Nice inside kick. He's patient here. He's going to pick his shots. He's going to set it up, look for him to find another takedown and get this back on the ground where he's dominated this entire fight. Again, the nice head fake followed by the straight left.
Жұмабек Тұрсын certainly traveling the furthest of any fighter to get here to Long Island, an ethnic Kazakh from an autonomous Kazakh region in China. Hotbed for combat sports. He says he does love training in the U.S., spending time out on Coney Island. Cannot confirm or deny that he took part in the hot dog eating contest over the 4th of July.
That's twice he's whipped right over Жұмабek's head.
So here's what Palmer's looking at. If he gets the win and it goes the distance, he'll have 8 points, which would confirm the #2 seed in the featherweight division for the playoffs, which begin in October. Right behind Steven Seiler, who has the 12.
Big swing and a miss by Жұмабek. Lance went right under it.
Tursun's greatest weapon, guys, in this fight and his last one against Harrison may be that jaw and neck. He is almost impossible to put away. Not scoring a lot of points offensively, but man, he is a tough customer to end.
Here's Жұмабek in on the single leg. Kind of countered Lance's aggression. Got in on the single. Lance sprawling and trapping an arm.
Keep him on the air, dude.
Trying to do the roll here.
Repositioning here by Lance.
Lance settling in the cross side. He's got that seatbelt, that bottom arm trap. That's one less arm. Жұмабek has to protect his face. It's a tough position. Lance, one hook in. Look for him to get the other hook. He's got both hooks in now. This could be a problem.
1.5 minutes on the clock.
Тұрсын trying to get wrist control there to avoid the rear naked choke, as Lance Palmer is clearly in control of this one as we come up on 1 minute to go. Remember, there's still 3 more cards to come before all the divisions are set, guys. Top 8 moving on in all 6 divisions for the quarterfinals and semifinals, which you will see live only on NBCSN.
Just keep doing it. Oh,
Lance had to soften him up there. Now he's sinking the choke. Working that hand across over the shoulder. He didn't get that sunk in deep enough. But Жұмабek's got a monkey grip on those hands. He cannot get those hands free.
Dropped the chin, so Palmer unable to sink it in that deep.
Nice belly kick breaking.
He's cleaning those hands off. He's trying to sink that choke in deeper. Not allowed to grab the gloves. The referee warning him a little bit, Жұмabek, about grabbing the actual gloves.
He's got it. He had the left hip cover, turned his head to the right, and that will do it.
He was patient, but Palmer, with 25 seconds left in the fight, gets the stoppage.
It was a neck crank, right?
I think it was a neck crank.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever really got under his chin. But he got in deep.
34. Lance Palmer clinches the #2 seed and gets a stoppage, and his father still looks angry. I'll tell you what, Жұмабek Тұрсын came a long way to fight in the Pro Fighters League, and he is a tough customer. Not easy to put him away.
I tried to do the Mighty Mouse, but I was cutting it close.
I think Жұмabek is an athlete that would benefit from spending some time here in the U.S. Finding one of these gyms and really kind of digging in and technically upping his game.
What do you think, boss? We know Jim in Vegas, they could probably take him and sharpen him just a little
Maybe
bit.
one in Thousand Oaks.
Scream something, and then there's one in California.
Yeah, no, he
Take a look at Cageonomics for this final fight of the night here from Long Island Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. And there you see how lopsided it was on the strikes thrown and landed. 2 takedowns coming the way of Palmer, and when he got him to the ground, guys, he made them stick for a long time and just grind this thing out. With 24 seconds left in the fight, Palmer gets the win. So now Lance Palmer can sit and wait and see who he will face as he clinches the number 2 seed for the official decision. Here's Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, it comes officially 4 minutes, 34 seconds, round number 3 submission by rear naked choke. Your winner, he picks up 4 points tonight. Lance, the party, Palmer!
So Palmer picking up the win as he is now going to spend a little quality time with Boss Rutten.
All right, here we are. All right, here we are, Lance. The party is the party. You did a great job strategically. You moved yourself in. You just completely shot him down. Your dad, Dwayne, though, predicted the rear naked choke in the 2nd round, and he was off.
He was a little off. He kept yelling elbows, too, and I was talking to him like, no elbows, I can't do it.
Yeah, there was this moment that you were sideways, you were hitting him, and I go, man, I bet you he would have loved to drop down some elbows right now.
Yeah, it would have been nice, but the rules are the rules for this, so I got it done with what we had.
What was the choke under? They looked at the replay. I was already here. Was it the choke or was it the neck crank? We couldn't see it.
It was a neck crank, similar to what I did a few years ago against Hordecki, but I was underneath this time and not on top, flattening him out.
Yeah, I love it. You look up the one hip and then you neck crank him to the other side.
Yeah, it's a mean move and it hurts, and there's only one way to go. That's to tap or to let it break.
So what's next now? If you have a choice, who would you like to fight?
To me, it doesn't really matter. I'm in there. I'm just looking forward to that first matchup in the quarters, and then we'll go from there. Whoever I have after the quarters, it doesn't really matter. We got to beat everybody to be the millionaire.
And Dad, what do you think he needs to do? Come in here. Let me know. Let the people know what Lance needs to do the next fight. Make a prediction.
He just needs to do what he's been doing. He's been doing this his whole life, and this is just another day in the cage. He's been wrestling his whole life. He's been working his ass off, and he's going to be the $1 million man real soon.
All right, I hope that prediction comes true. Ladies and gentlemen, the party, well, 2 party poopers right here. Lance Armstrong. Lance Armstrong. Palmer.
So Lance Palmer with the victory now with 9 points out of 2 fights, and what a strong performance by him, really controlling the cage throughout those 3 rounds. Eve, as you take a look at it on telestration, how did he get this thing into the finish zone?
Well, Palmer does a great job. When he's on this back control, this arm right here is the key. He's turning Turshin's head. Now what Turshin wants to do, and when I say want, is Turshin wants his head to come up. Turshin wants his head to come up, but Palmer's not going to allow that to happen because he's cross-facing him here. The second thing that he's doing is here with the legs. He's isolating the bottom leg of Turshin. So what he's doing is he's going to twist this way and the legs the opposite direction, and all of that pressure is going to be on Turshin's neck. So as Palmer starts that squeeze, he's going to start cranking, and when he locks those hands together, that's where all the pressure goes. His legs are going one way, and his arms are going the opposite direction, and Turshin is all the pressure is going to be on his neck, and he has no choice. His neck is going to snap, or you know what I mean? Those are the options. Get your neck snaps or not. And that's what Palmer did to get that neck crank in.
Boy, he stayed on it, did not give up on it, and Жұмабек just ran out of defense. See them breaking the grip on the gloves, which is illegal, and right there, he sinks it in for the 2nd time, and that is all she wrote. Turshin has to tap as Palmer gets the finish, and Dad, he's slightly excited. Take a look at the featherweight standings after PFL 4. Steven Seiler clinching that #1 spot with the 12 points. Lance Palmer now in with 9 as he clinches a top 2 seed. This will be a very exciting division throughout until we get to the playoffs. Well, for all of us here at NBC Sports, I'm Todd Harris. We'll see you in 2 weeks for round 5 of the Professional Fighters League. Right now, join us on Facebook for our post-game show where we'll have highlights, analysis, and interviews. For Randy Couture, Boss Root, Eve Edwards, and Caroline Pierce, say good night from New York.